Hey guys, Weave here. Today we're here to do part 1 of our beginner series to help you get ahead in BDOM. I've been playing BDOM for about 3-6 months on Korea, so I have a lot of tips to share with you, so buckle in and let's go. The very first tip I'm going to give is how to get around the game world. So if you click up here, it'll show your minimap, but if you click on the world symbol, it'll bring up the world map. Not all these locations will be available on launch, but all these ones on the left will. But what you can do is if you click on another zone, if you click on anywhere with a house symbol like this, and then click go, it'll instantly teleport you there from any place on the map. So it's a quick way of getting from zone to zone rather than running through. A lot of people make this mistake right off the bat. Okay, so first up, let's have a look at items that you're going to need when leveling up through questing. So if you go to town, in any town, you will find a potion merchant which will sell you reasonably low level potions which should be good enough to get you through your quest. I would recommend buying the blue. They may seem a little bit expensive, but overall they're very helpful and allow you to push through the quest faster, to level up faster, so it's definitely worth doing. The other merchant that you're going to want to go to at the beginning of the game would be the merchant that sells food. So the merchant will sell food for your pets. So let's go over here. Using this menu up here is advisable if you don't know how to get around the town. So in here we have food. We also have various other things which we'll talk about later, but this food here is used to feed your pets. So now that we've talked a little bit about food, let's go to the pet section. Okay, so this is your pet section. At the beginning of the game, you're likely only going to have one pet or maybe two if you pre-registered, and they're going to be level 1. As you notice here, mine are higher levels, so I have a lot of skills, but you can worry about that a little bit later. So the main thing you're going to want to worry about is the ability to feed them. So you're going to want to feed your pets all the way up to 100%. Notice this blue bar around your pets. That means its ability to pick up an item. So when you're auto grinding, when the bar fills up, if an item drops, it can pick it up. But it will not pick up items if you run out of food, so you're going to want to make sure that you have food on you consistently and keep feeding them as you go. This has to be done manually, but generally they only have to be fed like every 6 hours or so you can actually grind quite a while without actually feeding. Okay, let's talk about gathering. So gathering in BDO generally falls under mining, woodcutting, or fishing. Fishing is food for the base, which isn't needed right off the bat, so you can safely ignore that. But the two that you want to focus on would be mining and woodcutting. Now, how does this work? Okay, so up here, you're going to see that you have action points, the little green fist up here. And you're going to have about 50 of them. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go to a tree or a mine and basically just walk up and click it. And when you do, it's going to use up your action points. There are a lot of things that you can use on your action points, but I would highly recommend doing woodcutting at the beginning because you need a lot of wood to upgrade your base. I would go about 80% wood and about 20% stone to start upgrading your base day 1. You also get mining and woodcutting levels, so the more you do it, the more materials you're going to get and extra items later in the game, so it is good to focus on woodcutting initially. So here is the base. Your base is going to be a lot smaller than this, but you should still have a building or two. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into here and recruit villagers. The better the color, so white, green, blue, purple, yellow, higher up would be better stats and better timers, etc. So you want to get better ones if you can. It uses this resource up here, which is basically knowledge or fame. So be aware if this runs out, you will not be able to recruit anymore. You can re-roll this using your action points, though I personally wouldn't recommend it because I think that you should be mining or woodcutting to get materials to upgrade your base rather than rolling them on a chance to get slightly better villages. One of the other things you can do in the villages straight away is if you click on your main base and you click here, you can collect silver each day. The higher the level your base, the more silver you can obtain, but it is a nice amount of silver that you can get daily, which will help you get off the start line. Okay, so let's have a look at the villages. So if you click here and go to world, you can see in here that you have locations that you can send away. As I mentioned earlier, fish equals food. So food is this here. If you run out of food, you cannot build, you cannot send away villages, you pretty much cannot do anything. There are two main ways to get food. You can either send your villagers away by doing this, and setting them away to fish, or you can use your farms down here and put in your plants and pull them out. So as you can see here, some are done, some are not, but basically you can do 9 per plant. One little note here though is be careful not to use food that takes 24 hours, for example, because what's going to happen is your food, you'll probably have like a limit of 1,000, but each of the 24-hour foods give more than 1,000. So you basically wasted all this extra food because your cap isn't high enough. So use food that only takes 2 to 4 hours to grow so you don't run over that cap. Okay, so when your troops come back, you can then hit collect, and you're going to see that they level up and they get better stats, and you also get your materials, and then you're going to want to use those materials to basically upgrade. If you don't know what to upgrade, a general good rule of thumb is to click on the main base, go upgrade, and in here you'll see what you need to get to the next base. So basically click on it and it will send you to which one it needs to upgrade it. It said 15, this is 13, so this needs to go to 15 to be upgraded. Okay, so now that we've talked the basics of the base, let's have a look at battle power and how to upgrade it. So as I mentioned earlier, battle power is here and it's basically the strength of your character. And there is a couple of good ways of raising them. So in here, you have a team fight, where you can basically go in with a team of other people and fight a boss for some decent rewards. You're going to do lower ones because obviously your BP is not going to be as high, so the rewards aren't as good, but it does give you some tokens, gives you XP, silver, and potential pets and other rewards, so it's very worth doing. The other thing you can be doing in the base is over here at the bulletin board, where you're going to use scrolls to get boss fights. And you basically go in here and fight bosses for really good rewards, which we'll talk more about later. This is a really good place for getting gear. I would use it if you really need gear to complete a quest, but if you can progress without wasting this early on, I would save them for as long as possible to be able to do higher ones to get better loot. The third way to obtain loot would be open up the menu and go to Shikaku Store. So Shikaku coins can be obtained various ways through Land of Bella, through the boss fight over here, and events and other things. But basically, you go into Shikaku Store, you go into here, and you're going to want to focus on your weapon. In Global, it may not have this, but in Korea, if you fail a certain amount of times to get a certain tier, it'll eventually guarantee give you one when you get to 100%. If you're able to obtain a blue or a purple weapon straight away, it'll make your leveling a lot smoother because your battle power goes up a lot by your weapon. So get a blue or a purple and then upgrade it using your Black Spirit. While leveling up, you're going to find that you're going to run into battle power walls. For example, a quest is going to require you to have 3,800 battle power where you're only going to have 3,500. There are some daily quests and repeatable quests that you can do to help speed this process up a little bit. So the first daily that we're going to be talking about would be in your Black Spirit. Your Black Spirit does a lot of different things, which we will talk more about in another video, since it is very sophisticated. But first up, you're going to want to go into here and you're going to see that you have quests. These quests are just basically kill mobs. So when you're questing, just accept it and go kill mobs while questing and you'll auto-complete them. You get 3 per day, and these scrolls and slabs are used in the boss fights that I just showed you in the base. So they are very highly needed, and they do give XP as well and items, so it's really good to do. Okay, so that's one of the things. The next repeatable mission would be the guild mission. So when you first join the game, I would just join a random guild if you don't have one. But if you go into here, you can see guild missions, which give you some XP and stuff, and it helps out the guild a bit. So open up the guild menu, go into here, and grab these quests out and complete them. The third way would be another repeatable quest, which would be located up here on the map. So as you can see, there's an apostrophe mark on a scroll here. This means that my repeatable mission to help me gear up towards the next repeatable mission is here. Yours will not be located here because your battle power is lower. So let's actually have a look at that. So basically what it's going to be is it's going to be another kill quest. And when you complete it, it's going to be like, okay, your battle power should be over 6,000 before you complete this quest and keep moving forward. If your battle power isn't roughly over what it recommends, I would recommend staying there and completing your Black Spirit quest, grinding, and doing this quest over and over and over again so you can get XP, items, and then gear up properly to keep progressing through the game. So something else that can give you some rewards would be the achievements. So while you're grinding and doing other things in the game, you're going to see that you have 2 sets of achievements here. One would be things that you do daily, and it'd be like PvP, open chest, use potions, do various things. Doing these is important because they do give really good rewards. So have a look through and see which ones you can complete relatively easy and go ahead and do them. You'll also get some rewards and pearls down here, which can be used to buy stuff from the store like pets and other various things. In here, we have achievements that are one time. A lot of these achievements give insanely good rewards, so they are worth aiming for if you know what you're doing, but as a new player, I would pretty much just ignore it. But whenever you see the apostrophe mark come up, just go into here, click this button up here, and it'll automatically accept all of your rewards. You're going to want to make sure that you get 15 of these daily ones done every day because you really need the pearls and the rewards that come with it. Okay, so now let's have a look at the Black Spirit. So the Black Spirit, as you can see here, is level 150. The Black Spirit's level gives you attack power and defense to your entire family. Now, what I mean by family is family basically means alts on your account. So if you go down here to change character, you'll see that I have a bunch of alts, which are all reasonably high level. If your Black Shadow gives, say, for example, 1000 attack and 1000 defense, and you start a new character, that new character, instead of having level 100 attack power, 100 defense power, it'll start with like 1000 attack power and 1000 defense power. So it's actually insanely more powerful, and it can level up so much faster than your original character could. Okay, so Black Spirit is leveled up by going into here and putting items on it. I would recommend giving it all these stones because that's all you can do with these stones. You can only give it to the spirit. So don't worry about the color. If you have them, put them on the Black Spirit and level it up. Initially, it levels up pretty quickly, but as you get above level 100, it really slows down. You'll notice that I have a bunch of items here while farming. At the beginning of the game, you have two options. You can either A, sacrifice them to the spirit and level it up and get more powerful and unlock more abilities, or B, you can open up the auction house and sell items on the auction house. A lot of people are going to be selling items initially for low amounts, so you may be able to snap up something really good for your class, but silver is really hard to come by at the beginning of the game, so it may be worth selling any greens or blues that you don't need for your particular class. It may slow down your Black Spirit a little bit, but overall the silver gain can be used to buy things from the store or buy pets and various other things that'll help you a little more later on in the game. So let's finish up by discussing AFK farming and offline farming. So in BDOM, you're going to be doing a lot of AFK farming as we've mentioned in the video, but something else that you can do is also offline farming. So the difference is AFK farming is that the application has to be open, while offline farming means you can turn the application off. So basically how you're going to want to do this is you're going to want to turn on power mode by going up into the menu and then clicking down here. You then click on the Black Spirit and you go across to here and tell it to do auto combat. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to auto farm offline for 6 hours and it's going to close the application. After 6 hours, or when your bag is 200% full, it will automatically stop farming and wait for you to log back on. When you click yes, it'll count down from 5 and it will close your application. Then you can go to work and do whatever else you need to do. Okay, that covers everything in today's video. If you did like the episode, please do consider hitting that subscribe button above. If you have any questions about this video or any of my other content, feel free to contact me over on Twitch where I do live stream, or join our community Discord. Both links are available below the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.